And hello everyone, my name is Daniel Frierson and welcome back to the channel. Today we are continuing on with testing the massive haul of components I got off of eBay. In this video we will mostly be testing DVD drives. As you can see I have 5 SATA DVD drives right here. One of them is labelled as broken, but the other 4 I don't know anything about, so I am going to test those by attempting to watch The Matrix through them. Because that's just, these are the only DVDs I don't care about. I'm not putting anything from the anime collection in here. I'm not risking it. In addition to that, while I was digging around trying to find a few things, I discovered this, an Asus branded M-SATA drive. Now, no amount of Googling has been able to tell me what capacity this is, but I would be very surprised if it's above 16 gigabytes. Regardless, I will add this to the other M-SATA drive and we will test those at the same time when I get an adapter for it. I don't have an M-SATA to regular SATA adapter at the moment, and I don't have any laptops that have an M-SATA port to put these in and test. In addition to that, you may be able to notice on the table right now is a GTX 580 and a 670 behind the DVD drives in front of the monitor. 2 graphics cards there. I bought both of those for $10. Well, technically I bought the 580 for $7, but you add the shipping onto that, it makes it 10. I bought the 670 for $10 with free shipping. So both of those cost $10 each, and they roughly perform the same depending on the game. How did I get a 580 for so cheap? It was listed as broken, and it had a bad memory channel, but I stuck it in the oven and it fixed itself. Oven reflowing, man, it works. So now I have a 580 in really good condition, save for the fact that it's been in an oven, and I have a working 670. I don't know what I'm ever going to do with those graphics cards, but I have them. Anyway, let's plug these DVD drives in and test them. All I need to do is plug them in one at a time, install VLC Media Player, and attempt to watch a DVD through them. If it works, then it's a working drive. If it fails to load, or fails to play, then it's a dead drive. I'm not going to bother testing CDs in these things, because they're DVD drives. Doesn't really matter if the CD portion of it works, if it can't do what it says on the box. So we just plug them in one at a time. I do have this IDE to SATA adapter that I haven't tested yet, and when I'm done with these DVD drives, I will give it a go. If I can get this to work, then this video will be twice as long because I get to test all of the IDE devices. If it doesn't, then that's the end of the video. At the moment, I can't get any of the IDE compatible motherboards to make it to Windows, and I really don't want to have to mess around with 32-bit Windows to get the Pentium board working. So I may very well just grab the questionably functional PC that I have under my bed that used to be my sister's PC, because I know that has an IDE port on it. But that is for later. That is a challenge for later. So, power on. You may notice at the moment the side of the road PC has a GTX 950 in it. I paid market value for that. I got into a bit of a bidding war with someone, and the last minute they put a bid in that was pretty much market value, but my maximum bid was higher, so yeah, I paid £30 British for it, which is market value for a 950. The DVD drive is trying to load. We're not booting because it's trying to read the DVD drive. That is interesting. Okay, it's failed to read the DVD drive, it's going straight to Windows 11. And yes, I've put Windows 11 on the side of the road PC. You may be thinking, this is a 3rd gen Intel system that doesn't have TPM 2.0, doesn't have secure boot, and isn't qualified as a Windows 11 compatible device. Yeah, it's not. But you can run Windows 11 on it. You can run Windows 11 on anything you want to. Realistically, I have tested this on 1st generation Intel Core CPUs. I haven't tested it on Core 2 quads because they're a bit too slow, but you can run Windows 11 on whatever you want. It is shockingly easy to bypass the Windows 11 compatibility check. And not enough people know that. So, if you really want Windows 11 on your unsupported hardware, just Google how to do it. It's really easy. If you already have Windows 10 installed, it's even easier, because all you have to do is download the ISO and run a command in command prompt. The upgrade will just work. That's how I did it on here. Anyway, we have a DVD drive that is just flashing. This is just flashing. It's attempting to read by the looks of it, but it's not. Are we detecting the DVD drive? No. We are not detecting the DVD drive. That is worrying. Let's go into Device Manager. Do we have a non-functional device detected? No. And this is not opening when I tell it to. Let's unpower it and power it back on. Okay, fast flashing. Really fast flashing. Doesn't do anything when I press the button. It might be jammed. That is a possibility. I do have a DVD key. I've had this for years. It's a tiny little thing that you can put on a key ring. It's just a piece of metal that you shove in the hole in the front of a DVD drive. I don't know how long I've had it, but it is literally designed to do that. Oh, we do have a disc. A CD-ROM that has been burnt to. Okay. We have a disc. But no, this is dead. Constantly flashing light, not being detected by the PC. I would imagine it has a board level fault. Maybe even a short circuit, I don't know. Oh! I moved it around and then suddenly everything kind of clicked into place. It started behaving. Where's the rescan? Refresh? Whatever. Scan for hardware changes. There we go. We have a DVD drive. That's weird. Okay. Took a minute, but if it works, it works. I need to download VLC first. But we will put the Matrix in. You might be wondering, Daniel, why do you still own your Matrix Collector's Edition? Why wouldn't I? VLC, please. VLC. I will have a look at what's on that DVD drive. I'll have a look at what's on that CD later. Why didn't I post a video about testing the hard drives? Because it took 14 hours to test them, and there's no way I'm editing that down into a watchable format. There's a short of me talking about the hard drives if you want to watch that. But yeah, that's all you're getting. Right, VLC is installed. See if it reads the Matrix. Does it read the Matrix? Okay. It's spinning. And we have the Matrix detected. Interesting. Does it play? Do I have audio? There we go. Turn on the sound. Does the Matrix play? Open disk. Play. Would you look at that? It works. Okay, first one works. Let's just click play, make sure it actually plays the movie. Skip to around, let's see, 38 minutes in. Yeah, okay. Skip to 55. Okay, so it's reading correctly. Access times are as you would expect. The audio is coming through just fine. The first drive works, despite the oddity of it being detected initially. So that is one working drive. Let's go down to the next one. This one is a light-on drive. See what that does. I think there's a disc in there. Oh, it's jammed. Nope, there's no disc. It was just making noises. It makes a lot of noises. Okay. We have a new DVD drive detected. So let's see what the matrix does when we put it in. Oh. This thing is not happy. There we go. Now it's opening on its own. DVD drives, they do get jammed. I mean, the gearing inside of these, it's all made of plastic. It does seize. And there we go, the matrix is detected. Can we play it, please? Open with VLC. The matrix is working. That is a loud drive. That is pretty strong vibrations there. Okay. The matrix plays, access times are as you would expect. The drive isn't making any unhealthy noises other than being loud. That is 2 working DVD drives so far. That is a very loud drive. Next up is a HP branded drive. What happens when I plug you in? Okay. This one opens nicely. Make sure the PC has detected it. Let's see what happens when we give it a copy of the matrix to read. Oh, we're not detected. We are not being detected. Action, scan for hardware changes. Yeah, we're not being detected. That's interesting. I definitely plugged in the SATA cable. Let's try again. And there it is. Okay, that took it a moment. I don't know when the last time these drives were used, so give them the benefit of the doubt. They might just be a bit tired and slow. But the matrix has been detected. We are going to play it with VLC and see what that does. Okay, we're in. Yep, it works. Okay, that's 3 down. Next up is the one that's actually labelled as broken. I'll see what that does when I plug it in. Not expecting a lot from this one. Okay. It's jammed. Oh, it's really jammed. Doesn't want to play nice with opening, but it's happy to close. Stop it! Stay. Stay open. I want to see if you read. Mechanical faults I can deal with later. Just take it apart and lubricate. I want to see if this thing reads. Because this one's labelled as dead, but it's reading. Huh. Labelled as dead. Yeah, it's fine. Yep. And now it opens by itself. See? Just needs a bit of help. This thing's fine. Okay. Am I actually going to get 5 out of 5? I don't know. This is the last one. Sony NEC drive. Oh. That is very tight. Okay. Oh. Needs a bit of lubrication, but it did open. That doesn't sound healthy. It's been detected. But it's not reading. Ah. This might actually be a broken one. Okay. So there's one dead drive. That's unfortunate, but hey, 1 out of 5 isn't bad. That's only a 20% chance. I think I was pretty lucky there. Okay. So now I get to find out if this IDE to SATA adapter works. I hope it does, because I have quite a few IDE devices to test. Do I have a floppy power connector? There's usually at least one. There's no floppy power on this power supply. God damn it. Right. Now I need a power cable. Okay. Now I just need to bridge that power supply. Green and black. Okay. We have a light on the adapter. The drive is spinning. Nothing detected. Nothing detected. Okay. I can deal with this. I don't know if IDE devices actually support plug and play, so I might have to reboot. Let's see if the BIOS can see it. If the BIOS can see it, then it should work. We do not see a hard drive. Yeah, we only see the 1 terabyte and the 240 gig SSD. We are not seeing an 80 gig IDE drive, unfortunately. Also, HP, why is there no reset button on this case? Right, are we detecting it now? No. No. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's dead, or that this adapter isn't working. I could try it with a different hard drive. If I'm understanding this adapter correctly, I need to be plugged into this port. Like so. Is that a 7200 RPM? Oh no, that's a desk star. Damn, I plugged in the desk star. Can I reset, please? Desk star hard drives, they are well known for dying. Even when they were new, they failed so often that it became a meme, essentially. Did it identify the drive? No. Nope. Okay. Unfortunately, that means that I do not have a way of testing IDE hardware at the moment. So you will have to wait for that until I track down a working adapter I'll probably just go for a USB 3 adapter because that's the easiest way to do this. Like, IDE is limited to, what, 150 megabytes per second? They are slow, is the point. No, it is megabytes, according to this. SATA 1 is 150 megabytes per second. But PATA 133 was measured in megabytes, not megabits. Really? Really? Huh. So the read limit, depending on the supported drive and supported motherboard, was 167 megabytes per second. I don't know of any IDE hard drives that actually had the capacity to read at those speeds. Even modern hard drives struggle for 167 megabytes per second. Huh. Anyway, that is unfortunately the end of this video for now, because I do not have the adapter I need. Which is annoying, because years and years ago I had an external USB 2 IDE adapter. I have no idea what happened to it, or where it's gone. But that means that I now have to buy a new one. Which I might as well do, because they make USB 3 ones now, so that's a thing. I don't know if this adapter works, or if I'm just having bad luck with drives. I mean, I'll try one more. Here's a WD drive, it's 160 gig. But if I'm understanding the back of this adapter correctly, this port on the left here is for when you've plugged this adapter into your motherboard and you're adapting it to SATA. This is for connecting a SATA drive to an IDE interface. And this port is for when you're connecting IDE to a SATA interface. So if I'm understanding this adapter correctly, I need to be using this port for connecting an IDE hard drive to SATA. But I did have two of these. You'll remember that when I was unboxing, I had two of these adapters. The other one exploded. Unlike this one, which takes a full 5V and 12V floppy connector, the other one only wanted 5V. So I connected it with a full floppy connector, and it exploded. It was only after that that I realised I probably should have used an adapter. Because I do have Molex to 5V floppy adapters. No new devices. See if Device Manager sees it. No. Okay, let's see if the BIOS sees it. No. Okay. That'll have to wait until I buy an adapter. Thank you for watching this video. Sorry it wasn't as in-depth with part testing as I would have liked, but there's not much I can do about that when I don't have the cables and the adapters that I need. If anyone watching this has an IDE to SATA adapter that works, or an IDE to USB adapter that works, and would be willing to let me borrow it for a few days, comment down below. Because I really don't want to have to spend £20 British on a nice one, and I don't trust the cheap ones. So if you have one that you know works, let me know. Because this one doesn't seem to be working. Always be willing to help out if you can. I mean, that's the motto I live by when it comes to computers. That's why I have all these parts, and that's why I bought all of these parts. It's for helping out people in the local area. Allow me to explain. What I do in my free time for no charge is if someone in the local area needs help diagnosing a PC problem, replacing a part, debloating Windows, or upgrading their PC, and they are in a dire situation that they can't afford to do it by any other means, I do it free of charge, just if I can. If I have the parts, if I have the free time, I help out. That's what I do. So if you are in the Hastings or Bexhill local area, southeast England, and you are in need of anything that you have seen me mess around with on the channel, or if your PC is running slow and you'd like to make it faster, or if you have a broken Windows install, anything at all, if you need help, reach out. I'm always available. I do this for fun. So just let me know if you need anything, because I have a massive inventory of parts. I already did have a massive inventory of parts, but now I have double that. So I'd be very happy to start getting rid of them. Regardless, thanks for watching this part 4 of testing all this hardware. Part 5 will unfortunately have to wait until I have the adapter I need, because I can't test the floppy devices until I have an adapter to plug that into this, and I obviously can't test the IDE devices for the same reason. Just have to double check if this motherboard had a floppy connector. It's a 2nd/3rd gen Intel motherboard, which, you know, that's a bit modern for floppy, but legacy hardware support is something that Windows is all about. There's a reason that your local disk, when you install Windows, is always drive C, because drives A and B are reserved for floppy devices, because that's what floppy devices were always assigned to in DOS and Windows 3 and older systems. It was drives A and B were floppy. So I just wanted to check if this motherboard had floppy support, because yeah, this motherboard was released in 2011, 2012. That's right around the era that motherboards stopped having IDE support. For example, this is an AM3 Plus motherboard, released a little bit later than this one, and it still has IDE and PCI, but that was the chipset. Yeah, so I could test the IDE devices on this board, but that would involve taking the CPU and the cooler off of the other AM3 Plus board, but I have plans for that, so I need the backplate and the cooler and the CPU to stay in that board. Unfortunately, that other AM3 Plus board has the newer version of the AM3 Plus chipset that didn't have IDE support, so yeah, there's no way for me to test these devices on the other AM3 Plus board. And if adapters don't work, if they fail me, then I will go through the trouble of getting my Q6600 board working again, because something's happened to it and I don't know what, and I will install Windows 10 to a hard drive temporarily and test everything through there, I guess. Oh god. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my Q6600 board. Maybe overclocking it killed it finally, but it doesn't want to boot anymore, even at stop settings. And the other Core 2 Quad compatible board that I've got, the IDE ports don't appear to work. So, that's fun. Regardless, thanks for watching. Goodbye.